Donald Trump has a lot of enemies, Democrats, some Republicans, and there's an enemy called political correctness as well. And I'm wondering how he is able to, can he do a lot of this in a climate in this society today? It is tough, hard sledding.
Yeah. Well, listen, Washington Democrats are angry right now. They're in a state of denial about the election. And they're filled with rage and fury. They're suffering from what I call Trump derangement syndrome, where they're angry, and it's not even angry at Republicans or even Trump. They're angry at the American people. They're angry at the voters for electing a Republican president, Republican majorities in both houses of Congress. And that rage is coloring everything they're doing. Now, you know who also is feeling that rage? Are a lot of the mainstream media. A lot of the reporters share the same fury. How could this guy have won? How could a Republican win? How could their precious left-wing agenda have been rejected by the voters? And so you're right, as conservatives, we've got to communicate going around the mainstream media, because the mainstream media, they are not impartial. They are not fair arbiters. They don't give both sides a fair hearing. They are, by and large, liberal partisan Democrats driving an agenda. So I'll give an example. We talked about the conservative record, the first month of the Trump presidency. We've heard very little of that on the news. Instead, it's all been about the circus. It's all been about attacks. It's all been about Russia. Lots of noise about Russia. You know, last week I was on my phone. I sent out a tweet. Breaking news. ABC releases secret video of POTUS promising Russia, quote, more flexibility after the election. Media outraged. And then I linked to the video of Barack Obama leaning over to Medvedev saying, I'll have more flexibility on Russia after the election. And you'll recall Medvedev turns and says, I will transmit to Vladimir. Nobody cared. The media ignored it. It wasn't a story. You want to talk about substantive policy? The Obama administration was weak and servile to Russia. In fact, a joke I used to tell on the campaign trail. It's a great new diet in Washington called the Obama diet. Works really well. You just let Putin eat your lunch every day. And you look at policy. Obama was president when Putin invaded Ukraine, and Obama and John Kerry did nothing. It was Hillary Clinton, you'll recall, who helped give 20% of our uranium to control of the Russians. You want to talk about undermining our security? That undermined our security, and yet none of that gets a peep in the media. Instead, they all focus on alleged Russia ties